Hey friends, our Queen Nadine Lustre is back again with her new horror movie Nocturno, directed by Michael Reed. And oh my god, it was so disappointing. Alam mo yung halos isang taon ko to hinintay kasi nabalitaan ko siya during the MMFF season. Tapos alam ko sinubmit siya during that. And then unfortunately, hindi siya nakasama sa lineup. After nun, nausog yung release niya. Hanggang sa nirelease na siya sa Amazon Prime ngayong October 31. And oh boy, it was not worth the wait. And yes, I was that disappointed dahil ang tagal ko tong hinintay. So tungkol lang Nocturno sa pagbalik ni Jamie sa probinsya nila na malamang nagpakamatay ang kapatid niyang si Joanna. She was kind of forced to reconnect with her mom na matagal niya nang tinalikuran and solve yung pagkamatay ng kapatid niyang si Joanna because she died in a very mysterious way. I'm thinking out loud. Okay, now, as expected in any other Michael Red's movie, aesthetically wise, it was so good. Like, you can literally take a screenshot of this movie or any frame-by-frame ng movie na to, tapos pwede mo siyang i-upload sa Pinterest or kung pwede mo paka-edgy na post sa Twitter or Facebook, pwede mo siyang gawin because you will not be disappointed if it was filmed by Michael Red. If the movie is directed by Michael Red, for sure, hindi pwedeng hindi maganda yung movie na yan. But the thing is, I have also a problem with Michael Red's movie na hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin nare-resolba. If you guys don't know, si Michael Red din ang director ng mga pelikulang Dead Kids, Arisaka, Block Z, Eerie, and The Leader, which are all amazing aesthetically. Like, ang gaganda nilang lahat. Na alam mo na every frame ng mga pelikulang dineddirect ni Direct Red ay binibigyan niya ng care, which makes me actually root for him.
I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you!
Alam mo yung nararamdaman mo na ang ganda ng potential ng mga pelikula ni Direct Red. Like, I think he's one of the filmmakers that makes such an amazing movie aesthetically wise, lalo sa mainstream media. At hindi ko talaga sinusukuan yung movies niya because his movies always looks good. But the problem is, lagi lang maganda tignan yung movie niya. The problem is, Direct Red's movies are miss after miss after miss na I think after nung Birdshot, which is, I think, the best one that he has ever made yet, wala na siyang nasundan na mas maganda pa doon. But honestly, hindi ko pa rin siya sinusukuan. I'm still excited for any of his movie dahil alam ko, once lang na mabigyan lang siya ng magandang project, magandang story na pwede niyang i-work on, I think it's gonna be one of the best Filipino movies ever. Ganun ako nagtitiwala kay Direct Red. But for me, palaging kulang sa story yung mga pelikula ni Direct Red. He tends to focus highly sa pagka-aesthetic ng pelikula niya to the point that he forgets to narrate a cohesive and comprehensive story. And Nocturno is also a victim of that one. At isa sa mga bad news sa ibabalita ko sa inyo ay Nocturno is actually one of his worst movies. As much as I love Nadine, as much as gusto ko talagang i-root tong movie na to, as much as gusto kong mahalin yung pelikulang to at magustuhan, hindi talaga. It is definitely one of the disappointing movies that I've watched this year. Because for me, this movie does not make sense at all. So before I proceed sa pagda-dive in ko sa movie, iwa-warningan ko na kayo that this review will have spoilers. So kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, available to currently sa Amazon Prime. So if hindi nyo pa siya napapanood, go check that one out. Or baka gusto nyo lang ma-spoil before nyo panoorin yun, then I won't judge you. I sometimes also do that. So yeah, I mean, kayong bahala. Nagtitiwala ako sa inyo. Alright, so we found out na merong curse na kumakalat sa bayan nila, which is yung mga kumakatok. Sabi nila kapag daw may kumatok na madaling araw or around 3 a.m. sa bahay nyo na 3 beses, huwag mo silang pagbuksan dahil kakapit sa yung sumpa at may 3 araw ka lang bago ka mamatay. And that's exactly what happened to Joanna. Isang madaling araw, binuksan ni Joanna yung pinto tapos kumapit sa kanya yung sumpa. And then na-witness ni Mano yung pagkamatay ni Joanna, which is the reason kung bakit si Mano naman ang naging next target ng sumpa. Dahil na-witness yung pagkamatay ni Joanna. And then, na-witness naman ni Jamie, which is yung kapatid ni Joanna, yung pagkamatay ni Manu, kaya naman naging siya ang next target. And yes, the plot is very, very similar to the plot of Smile. If hindi nyo pa napapanood yun, na kapag na-witness mo na nagpakamatay sa harap mo yung isang tao, malilipat sa yung sumpa, and parang nag-grow din yung spirit na yun sa'yo within a week sa Smile, pero dito sa Nocturno, it only has 3 days. So yeah, very similar talaga sila, and the curse will go on and on and on. Lilipat lang sila ng lilipat, but this time naka-sentro lang sa iisang bayan tong pelikulang to. So ganun yung plot niya talaga. And sinabi din sa Nocturno na merong isang way para mapigilan yung sumpa, which is pwedeng iba yung kumuha ng sumpa o iba yung magsakripisyo instead na ikaw. Dahil yun yung ginawa ng tito ni Jamie na si Tito Jun. Honestly, ang dami-daming rules silang sinabi dito, but don't worry, hindi mo sila kailangang isipin dahil hindi naman sila magme-make sense at the very end of this movie. Like, hindi sila magagamit. That's right. This movie does not make sense at all. First rule, pwede masalo ng iba yung sumpa para matigil. But it's a prank. Hindi yun pwede. Kasi namatay pa rin si Jamie at yung kapatid niya kahit na nag-sacrifice na yung nanay nila. Like, what? Like, wala lang din yung dramatic na umalis ka na, umalis na kayo. Ako na dito. Iligtas mo na ang sarili mo at ang kapatid mo. Wala na yun. Like, wala lang din talaga yung pagka-deadball ng nanay niya. Although talagang iniisipan ko pa rin ng theory eh. May theory ako na baka dahil na-witness din ni Jamie yung pagkamatay ng nanay niya, kaya kumapit pa rin sa kanya yung sumpa. Pero kasi nagawa na kasi yun ng asawa ni Tito Jun, tapos si Tito Jun okay naman, so ano yun, di ba? Also, pag-usapan din natin isa sa pinakasyongang character dito, si Jamie. Alam mo yung muntik na akong pumasok sa screen para lang sa bunutan si Jamie dito. Ang syongan niya kasi, hindi nagtitino. Gets ko pa sa una na hindi siya naniniwala doon sa sumpa-sumpa, kaya niya binubuksan yung pinto ng madaling araw, hindi niya sinusunod yung nanay niya or sa mga beliefs ng nanay niya. Gets ko nung una. Pero I mean, kung matinong tao ka naman, I mean, kung isa ka namang nag-iisip na tao, sino ba namang magbubukas ng 3:00 ng madaling araw sa kumakatok na pinto, di ba? Like, hindi mo ba masisense kahit na walang sumpa-sumpa na may danger kapag ka may kumakatok ng madaling araw sa bahay niyo? Sino ba naman talaga yung magbubukas ng pinto ng madaling araw? Well, not me. Kung may kakatok sa bahay namin ng madaling araw tapos sinanong ko kung sino yan tapos walang sumagot, hindi ko talaga pagbubuksan. Bahala kayo dyan. Pero hindi yun ginagawa ni Jamie. Diyos ko po. Like, gusto ko talaga siya pagbigyan na baka ayaw niya lang talaga sundan yung nanay niya dahil may inis siya sa nanay niya because growing up, they were living in fear dahil sa mga kwento ng nanay niya. Pero hanggang dulo, hindi talaga siya nagtino. Until the very end of the movie, after lahat naman nangyari sa kanya, naririnig niya na yung mga sumpas sa kanya, nakikita niya na yung mga humahabol sa kapatid niya, tapos nakita niya nang namatay yung nanay niya, lahat hindi pa rin siya nagtanda. Umalis pa rin siya ng madaling araw para pumunta sa isang haunted house dahil connected daw yun doon sa past ng sumpa. Hindi ko maintindihan. Tapos sinasabihan siya na wag nang umalis, pero umalis pa rin siya kasi tinatawag daw siya ng bahay na yon. Kaya ayun, namatay yung nanay niya tuloy. Tapos doon sa ending, alam niya na may mangyayari masama kapag binuksan yung pinto 3 beses. Tapos binuksan niya pa din. Diyos ko. Like, deserve mo nang mamatay, te. Deserve mo na yung ending mo. Like, na-stress talaga ako, Diyos ko. Well, siguro kung yun yung point ng movie, then good job, Direct Red. Gigil ako. Also, hindi ko rin maintindihan yung kumakatok dito, yung mga nanghahabol, kasi sinasabi na kailangan mo munang buksan yung pinto para makapasok sila at kumapit sila sa'yo, pero pubuksan din nila yung pintuan, tapos pwede rin nilang buksan yung bintana, at pwede rin silang lumusot sa bintana, pwede rin nilang buksan yung salamin sa motel, tapos kapag hinahabol ka, pwede ka rin nilang buksan yung mga pinto. So, ano pang sense na kailangan buksan pa nila yung pinto para kumapit sa kanila yung sumpa kung pwede naman nila mabuksan yung pinto, di ba? What? I can even nitpick some of the details of this movie na ang dalas, ang dilim, tapos minsan may isang scene doon na si Bebe Nenay papunta siya doon sa motel, nilakad niya lang ng madaling araw, tapos akala mo ang lapit-lapit lang ng motel, tapos nung sinana din naman yung pumunta doon kasama yung kapatid niya, nung sinundo niya yung kapatid niya, umaga pa, tapos pagpunta nila doon sa hotel, madaling araw na. What? I mean, ang dami pang ganong details sa pelikulang to, but I won't do that because there's a lot of things like that and it doesn't make sense. I mean, ang daming ganon ng pelikula na hindi talaga nagme-make sense for me. This movie does not make sense at all. But ultimately, the movie lacks a story. Like, wala siyang core for me. Maybe I can think of some point of the movie na, for example, pwede siyang maging reconciliation ng anak at nanay. After years of pain and longing nila sa isa't isa, doon lang nila na-realize at naiintindihan ng isa't isa after years of being away with each other. But still, that one doesn't really play out nicely dahil para lang din siyang pinilit sa story, or kahit nga yung storyline ng mag-ina, parang feeling ko ni rush din, ganun. And if that was what they are trying to say for this movie, then I really think that they've really failed to tell that story. But let's talk about the bright side of the movie dahil hindi naman siya all bad, because buhat na buhat siya ng mga cast dito. All of the cast were amazing. Like, sila talaga yung nagbuhat ng pelikula, and pati yung aesthetic ng pelikula, of course, bigay ko na yun sa pelikula. It is such an amazing movie to watch aesthetically. Paulit-ulit na ako sa aesthetically, pero aesthetic lang talaga siya. And of course, Nadine Lustre does not disappoint. As always, I love her so much. As expected, she ate, she mothered, she fight, and she conquered. Say la 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 la. Like everybody say mother. Mother! Bea Benene, Yola Valdez, and the kid were also great. But of course, I have to special mention si Wilbert Ross. Dahil honestly, na-surprise ako sa galing niya dito sa pelikulang to. And I really think that currently, he's one of the underrated actors sa Pilipinas. Lalo dito sa pelikulang to, napatunayan niya that he's actually a very versatile actor. Honestly, he can do it all. He can do comedy, he can do sexy, he can do thriller, he can do horror, romance, The Boy Next Door, tapos singer pa siya. And I think he's also quite of a dancer. And I think lahat na nasa kanya, lahat ng talent nung binigay ni Lord, gising na gising yata si Ate Boy, Kuya Boy. But I really think that he deserves praises in this movie. He's really good in this movie, as in, he deserves a lot of praises and commends because of his performance sa movie na to. But the rest of the movie, I think gets ko na kung bakit hindi siya nasama sa cut ng MMFF last year. But hey, I would love to know your thoughts about the movie, guys. Baka na kayo nagustuhan nyo yun. I really did not enjoy it. I really did not like it. Baka kayo na-enjoy nyo. I would really love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, let's have a healthy film discussion in the comment section below. So yeah, did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? What are your thoughts? Did you guys agree with the things that I've said in this video? Let me know your thoughts about this video. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and again, I'll see you friends on my next video. Bye! Also, follow nyo rin ako sa mga social media platforms ko.